Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about Stokes' law and the concept of terminal velocity. Consider a fluid here. This fluid can be the air or liquid. Okay, and a body falls through this fluid. This body can be a raindrop. This body can be a swinging pendulum bob which swings in air. Okay, so here a body is falling through a fluid. When it falls through the fluid, the body drags the layer of the fluid which is in contact with this body. We can consider so many layers of the fluid here. The layer of the fluid which is in direct contact with this body gets dragged with the body and the other layers are here. This will set up a relative motion between the different layers of the fluid, and as a result the body experiences a retarding force between the body and the fluid. So here we have considered a spherical body. Let the radius of the spherical body be A. A is the radius of the spherical body. Now let V be the velocity with which it moves through this fluid, and let eta be the viscosity, viscosity of the fluid. Viscosity, it is actually a measure of fluid's resistance to flow. A fluid with large viscosity resists the motion more than a fluid with less viscosity. Let F be the viscous drag force or viscous force, which is a force between the body and the fluid moving past it in a direction so as to oppose the flow of the liquid past the object. This viscous force, it is actually proportional to the velocity of the object, and it acts in the opposite direction. That is, it acts in a direction opposite to the direction of motion. That is, if the body is falling down through this fluid, viscous force, I am taking it as F, it acts in the opposite direction, that is in the upward direction. Viscous force F, it actually depends on the viscosity of the fluid eta, radius of the sphere A, and the velocity with which it moves through the fluid. An English scientist, Sir George G. Stokes, expressed this viscous drag force as F is equal to 6 pi eta AV. This is actually known as Stokes' law. That is, according to Stokes' law, this viscous drag force F on a sphere of radius A moving through a fluid of viscosity eta at speed V is F is equal to 6 pi eta AV. Now, consider a raindrop in air. It is falling down. It is falling down because of the Earth's gravitational force of attraction towards the Earth. When it is falling down, its velocity increases due to gravity, no? That is, initially the raindrop accelerates due to gravity. There is a force due to gravity Fg, which is equal to the weight of that raindrop. It will be acting in the downward direction. See, there will be two forces in the opposite direction, that is in the upward direction. One is the buoyant force Fb, which is the upward force exerted by the fluid here, that is by air, that opposes the weight of the object, that is here the raindrop. The second one is the viscous force F, which is caused by the relative motion between the raindrop and the air. So, there are three forces acting on this raindrop. Force due to gravity in the downward direction, then buoyant force plus viscous force in the upward direction. Since the raindrop is falling down, its velocity increases initially. We know that viscous force F is proportional to V, velocity with which the body moves down. So, when the raindrop is falling down, its velocity increases initially. So its viscous force also increases. At a particular point of its motion, the net upward force becomes equal to the downward force. That is, when this viscous force F plus buoyant force Fb becomes equal to the force due to gravity Fg, the net force on the raindrop becomes 0. Net force on the raindrop becomes 0 means F becomes 0. Let F be, okay, F net becomes 0. F net is the net force on the raindrop. We have from Newton's second law, we have this force as mass into acceleration. So this force equal to 0 implies what? Acceleration equal to 0 because mass cannot be 0. The net force on the raindrop becomes 0 implies its acceleration becomes 0. We have acceleration A as rate of change of velocity or dv divided by dt. Acceleration equal to 0 implies this dv divided by dt equal to 0. Derivative of something equal to 0 means that something equal to a constant. That is here derivative of velocity with respect to time equal to 0, which implies that velocity equal to a constant. That is, the velocity of the raindrop becomes a constant. That is, from that particular point, when this viscous force plus buoyant force becomes equal to the force due to gravity, the raindrop starts to fall downwards with a constant velocity. This constant velocity is actually known as terminal velocity. Okay, this constant velocity is known as terminal velocity. So, terminal velocity is the constant velocity or the steady speed achieved by an object freely falling through a gas or liquid. Terminal velocity Vt is equal to 2a square into rho minus sigma divided by 9 eta into g. This is the expression to find out that terminal velocity, where this a is actually the radius of that sphere, eta it is actually the viscosity of the fluid, g acceleration due to gravity, then rho is actually the mass density of the sphere, and sigma is the mass density of the fluid. Terminal velocity Vt, it depends on the square of the radius, square of the radius of the sphere, and it is inversely proportional to the viscosity of the medium, because eta, that is the viscosity, that is in the denominator, no? So we can say that this terminal velocity, it is inversely proportional to the viscosity eta. So in this video, we have discussed about Stokes law and the terminal velocity. I hope you understood this. Thank you.